Hi, my name is Dervilia and I'm the historian in residence for children, and I've been getting some great videos sent to me from children around the city who've been exploring their local history. So today I've got some videos from Sáidhbhín and Kathleen.
Hi, my name is Sáidhbhín. And my name is Kathleen. This is a monument of the CIA works.
So yeah, the CIE works are a big part of the history of Inchicore. So that whole area around there wasn't really developed until the 1840s, and that's when they began to build the railway works there. So it's had a really big effect on all of the buildings and development around there.
These houses were originally known as Cowsheds, like many hundred years ago, and now they're houses. If you find anything else about them, please let us know. Bye!
Yeah, so the Cowsheds, that sounds kind of unusual, and it might be something even that some local people might have a few stories about. If you knew any older people in the area, you could maybe ask them if there's a story behind that. I would say that maybe they've been called that because there were actual cowsheds there at one stage, because that part of Inchicore used to be just all kind of fields and farms up until around the 1840s. And so even after that, when people started to build houses, it's possible that they might have had cowsheds. That was actually really normal in Dublin in the 19th century for people to have animals and livestock in sheds or near their house. And when some of the houses in that area of Inchicore were built, they were for the railway workers. And one of the conditions of living there was that they weren't allowed to keep pigs and goats in the house. So that maybe suggests that it was kind of normal at the time for people to have animals like that nearby. And there also used to be a pub in Inchicore which was called the Cow and Calf. So that also maybe suggests that it was kind of farmland at one stage, or that people were keeping animals like that. So I'd say maybe that's where it got its name of the Cowsheds.
These houses were first built in 1847. Guess who lived in this house? Who is Michael Collins?
Yeah, so the plaque in that house tells us that Michael Collins lived there in 1921, and he was a really famous person from Irish history. So he was involved in the War of Independence when people were fighting for Ireland to become independent from British rule. He's one of the people who helped organise a lot of that, and then he's one of the people who signed the Anglo-Irish Treaty, and that was the treaty that gave independence to most of the country in 1921. So he's a really famous person in Irish history. But actually the thing that links him to that house in Inchicore was that when he was signing up to register for a kennel club, he listed that as his address in 1921. Because as well as being involved in politics and all of those kind of things, he also used to have a dog, and he used to enter dog shows. So it's something that we kind of don't really think about as much when we think about Michael Collins. And so in 1921, he was registering for that kennel club, and he listed that house in Inchicore as his address. And so it's kind of funny to think about, because that was right in the middle of the War of Independence, when a lot of other things were going on, and probably there were a lot of people who wanted to arrest him, and he probably had to lay low a lot of the time, but he was also going to dog shows at the same time.
Hi, my name is Sáidhbhín, and Kathleen Miller lived in this house. Legendary camogie player, regarded as one of the greatest players of all time. Winner 15 All-Ireland senior medals for her native Dublin. Inchicore Abu. Bye!
Yeah, so that was a house in Inchicore where Kathleen Mills lived, as you saw, and she was a famous Irish camogie player. And her dad actually worked in the railway works at Inchicore, so that's probably maybe why she lived there. And actually part of how she got into sport was that in the railway works they used to provide kind of sports facilities and different things for some of the workers and their families. And so that was one of the things I think that helped her to get into sport as well. But that's great. Thanks so much for sending those videos, and thanks for showing me around the history of your local area there in Inchicore. We've got lots more questions in from children around the city, so you can stay tuned for more videos about history in their local areas. If you'd like to find out more about my role as historian in residence for children, you can check out richmondbarracks.ie.